visit somebody right on my core. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? How are you? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. But with no further ado, let's just get started. So, baby Crone, who we talking about?
Yes, first we're going to be talking off, keep you guys abreast of what's going on with the
This is quick news. We don't have a lot of gossip today, but it's always a lot, but we just have a little gossip. So go ahead, give us what's on the news on the curb.
Yes, first on the news on the curb is talking about how over the weekend, let's just get right over about what happened just recently here on American soil. It was June 14th, the Saturday just recently passed.
The 14th.
Yes, the 14th.
The day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yes. And it was both a No Kings protest, which was to protest against Donald Trump and him being trying to put a dictatorship in the United States by the actions that he's doing with the ICE and taking and snatching and kidnapping immigrants, illegal immigrants.
The way that they see it.
That's the way they see it, yes. So that's what the No Kings protest was about on June 14th, and it was peaceful protest. I'll give them that. And they was carrying the American flag this time.
And don't forget, did you tell them about the 50 years of the military?
No. Also on this same day,
right.
June 14th was just very eventful this day because not only was the No Kings protest, it was Trump's birthday, but also
the big day. This is the big day.
The big day. The 250th anniversary of the United States military.
And let me step in. Now, when you think about that, this is the 250th. Yes. 250th. Right? Military birthday, right?
Yes.
That is a mighty army. Look, everybody was there. But because people were so caught up in King, it still was a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. There are broadcasters trying to say that it wasn't, but I looked at it. It was a lot of people there.
It wasn't as much as they had
It wasn't as much as they had anticipated, but it was a lot of people there. I'm thinking it looked like it could have been 100 when you spread it out.
I think it was
like 100K. Would you say? Yeah, it could have been more than that. Yeah, that's a lot, but not what they anticipated showed up at these rallies of a No King's Day. But the thing is, they missed it. That military is going to be there when the president is gone. Mm-hmm. That was a day to celebrate.
Yes.
And a lot of this is, I have to speak. I have to say it. A lot of this is for immigrants that are not legal. And for those that came in this country knowing that you are bad.
Yes.
You are bad. And so it's that they're trying to help us.
Yes.
Now, we don't have to like the way they go about doing it, but I read the cards and my card said that was going to be worked out. So I definitely see that being worked out. But the point of it is, don't we want a safer America?
I want a safer America.
Don't you want an America that when you do need help, you can go and get help?
Yes.
Don't you want America to get healthy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, sometimes things gotta fall apart so they can be built back up, hopefully the right way.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, baby. I got passionate. I got passionate about it.
Yeah, I definitely understand. June 14th had 3 events
and they just missed. They just so angry that you missed it, you know?
Yeah. That was also in a way to celebrate America, period.
Yes.
Because we have been around, if our military is 250 years
and
old.
we have a powerful military. Mm-hmm. Been around for 250 years. That's worth celebrating. It just, Trump's birthday just happened to fall on that day.
Yes.
Sometimes we let hate blind us
Yes.
from something that's beautiful.
Because we've been around as a country
For 250 years. And that, my people, was worth celebrating for every American, no matter where you come from. It was for the Americans, that great nation, showing the power and our strength, the great eagle, showing we got wings and that we could fly. And instead of us focusing on the beauty of this day, many chose to focus on a king as a dictatorship. He is not a king. He's the president. And in a couple of years, he's going to be gone. Just like that.
Yep, just like that. We're already halfway through this year.
It'll be midterms next year. See?
Yeah, the year after.
And so all of this screaming, we missed out on something that should have been beautiful. That's all true. I'm saying.
That is true.
You know?
And now we got other countries making fun of us on the internet about the military parade. So
it's sad because that was Monica flexing her wings. It was about her birthday, and you all made it about Trump's birthday.
Yes.
Just a small pea in a big old pot, and y'all made that the focus. That's a big deal. That was a beautiful thing.
And then people are also upset about the fact that he used $450 million for this parade.
You know, they use money on whatever they want. What they use the money over there to help Israel with Ukraine, right? So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's okay for America to flex a little.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was beautiful and it was grand. And if you could have been there and you chose to vent on that day, you missed a beautiful thing, you know, because that won't happen until another 250 year more again.
Yeah.
Boy, when you think about it. And nobody was advocating how important that is.
That is true.
I took for granted that people understood. Clearly, many did not understand.
That's true. They got sidetracked.
Yeah. It's just like bicentennial. That's every 100 years.
Yeah.
When it come around again, you think people not going to celebrate America being around for another 100 years?
You're right.
Many of us won't even live to see it.
Yeah.
But this is one of those moments, 250 years. When is that going to come again?
Exactly. What did you guys leave a mark for historians to write down on that day?
We were out there rioting, not rioting. No, you wasn't, because there was so many threats, especially from that one in Florida. Try it if you want to. We'll run you over. What would he say? We'll make you dead in a graveyard.
Yeah, we'll make you graveyard dead.
Graveyard dead, okay? I heard of formaldehyde, but I ain't never hear of graveyard dead. Try it if you want to.
God,
and they didn't try it.
No.
They didn't try it in D.C.?
No.
They didn't try it.
No, they're trying it in New York, though.
They did?
No, not on the No Kings protest.
I'm talking about on No King protest.
No.
People knew better.
People did know better.
Them foreigners, they said, oh, don't mess up the day. They knew better. They wasn't out there acting clownish. Now, that's what I did notice, right?
Yes.
So that's a beautiful thing. And for all of you, to me, that beautiful parade, it was beautiful. And those who saw it and understood it, enjoyed it. It just showed us, it made me feel proud to be an American. And also I felt like, wow, look how massive.
That was true.
Look how massive we are and might.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And that's not all.
No.
That's all that showed up. That's powerful. It gives you goosies when you think about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, after talking about that, we're going to move right on to some trial news, which is
Diddy.
Yes, the Diddy case. Juror number 6 has officially been.
Well, hold up.
dismissed.
Before you go on, let's make juror number 6. Why is juror number 6 so important? Because he was a black male.
Yes.
That's why. This is why this is so important. That means there's another black male. But the way I see it, if you get rid of a black male, another black male should take his place. If it was a white woman, another white woman should take her place. That's how I think that should be done. But we will see. But go ahead.
That.
So juror number 6 was gone. Go ahead.
Yes,
that's why it's important. Because it means it could be looked at it as racism.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're going to get into why.
Yet the reason why he was dismissed is because he does have his residency, legal bills, and driver's license saying he is a resident of New York, which is where this trial is happening.
I think, does he live in Brooklyn?
Yes.
I think he Brooklyn. I don't think he said Manhattan.
No, but he does live in New York, which is the main criteria needed to be on the juror. However, what he failed to share with the courts is while this trial case is happening, he happens to be staying at this time in New Jersey. So they felt like, well, if that's something you're going to lie to us about where you're currently staying in order to get onto this case, then how do we know you're not going to lie and maybe favor Diddy?
And the judge said that gave him a favor. Like, I thought about it for a couple of days, and I come to the conclusion, no, it was already a no. But he's thought about it to make sure.
He did. He thought
that my no means no, and so he said he thought about it, and he still said no because you gave us papers. You showed everything to say you live here, but you live there. And how it came up, I think he's told on himself.
Yes, because he was staying with family that was currently in New Jersey. So he was visiting family in New Jersey. So he's technically not.
So he's living in New Jersey.
He lives in New York.
He say he live in New York.
Right.
He got papers that say he live in New York. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. So he got papers that say he live in New York, his residency and all that, but he's living in New Jersey with his child, mother. Yeah. So it looks like to me, from my little psychic point of view, it looked like he's in one relationship and that they broke up, and now he's back, even though he have a residency here. That's where he got started to filing, but then it broke up, so he went back to his baby mama, which probably broke up their relationship. Everything I say is alleged, but I'm reading between the lines, and that's what my without the cards, that's what it sounds like. And so for him to clean it up, it was hard to clean it up. Because maybe they called whoever he lived with, and she could have said he used to live here. Yeah, but he left, he went back to his baby mama, because he had a couple of days to investigate it, to think about it. I don't think that he just let it go to let it go. I think he had some investigation done. I think he made some phone calls, and when he came back, he's like, you got a jacked up life. Your life, you ain't fit here to judge nobody's life when your life is jacked the hell up. Now, that's my precept. You don't have to accept it.
I like that.
But that's what I think happened.
You're not fit to judge.
You ain't fit to judge. Go home and clean up your own household. That's what I think happened. My own opinion now. We won't know what that is.
That's true.
So, but
that was good.
But that's the way my mind went. And I hope that it felt filled in the blank.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That's what happened. Just said I thought about it for a couple of days, and telling Diddy, look, hey, I thought about this. Because I was looking at all of the things that could happen. But after doing a little bit of it, but didn't take much. No, he came up here for a free ride. No, get your life in order. Trying to get famous and you got issues. No, you're probably not even working. Then you don't want that on the
No, you don't want that. No.
You want somebody that's standing upright citizen.
Not somebody that could easily be swayed or just wants to think from their perspective. They have to be open-minded.
It just seems like he was just got his own issues. You ain't even got a stable place, and you gonna judge? Hell no, no. Go home where you live with your baby mama. That's what he said he was going to. He went to visit.
Yep.
He said he went and visit his mother's child. Right. Right. Live with his baby mama. That's what happened in New York. You wasn't done with that baby mama drama. That's all that was. That's my psychic ability.
Oh my God.
So that's and that's what really happened. So I mean, the story, of course, I'm that's what my mind saw.
Just all to say that just that one inconsistency was enough to get him off of the jury.
Absolutely. And I hope that they replace it with another black. And if any juror have to leave for sickness or any reason, or family issues, any reason, I will hope that whatever they lose them with, if the woman is older or if it's a man, older white man, replace it with an older white man. That would makes it fair.
You would, because honestly, then if they don't replace it with another black man, then they could still say that was just due to race at the same time.
And understand, it won't be hard to do, because when you usually go to jury duty, they'll call you in. You could be in the room with 100 people, 100 people, and they're going to choose 12. They may interview 30. But they might only call 12. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll talk to all of everybody, but they may only choose, or they may interview like 20, 30 people. And then after that, when they feel as though that's good enough, you get paid and you're whatever, $10 for lunch or whatever you were supposed to get, because you be sitting there, and then they send you back for that day. So what I'm saying is they already have a backup.
Yes.
They already done did all that. So they got people, they can call in certain people, or the people they didn't they could do all that. So they did all that already.
Yeah, that's true.
For this case. Yeah. I hope that helped.
Yeah. Speaking of some other controversial things, man, we're just talking about everything that's controversial today. Tyler Perry, speaking of what also happened over the weekend, Tyler Perry's new Netflix movie, Straw, with Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepherd, and Sinbad.
It was good to see Sinbad back.
Yes.
Y'all give Sinbad work. It was so wonderful to see him back.
And Tiana Taylor.
I love her. But go ahead.
I
love all of them. All of them I love. Everyone we named, I loved.
Yes. However, Tyler Perry movie Straw is currently getting, has the internet divided. Some people love it. Some people are tired of the same message. Other people are just making jokes and memes out of it. How did Lady Cronin and I feel about the movie? How did you feel about the movie, Lady Cronin?
Okay, I can tell you exactly how I felt. I felt like, that's Tyler Perry. That's the way he viewed the world. That's the way he sees the world. That's how it comes together.
You're right at this point.
I used to hate it when I was younger. They used to have cowboy and Indian movies come on. I couldn't figure out why people like that genre. People just like it. Well, there are people who like that drama with black folks. They like it. He likes the drama, the between the male, the black female, and the white female, or he likes that drama. And so in his mind, I don't know if I'm explaining it, but in his mind, that's what makes him excited. That's where his juices come from.
That's true.
Because that's the way he sees it. And because that's his genre, that's his zhuzh. That's what he like. He's good at that. You understand what I'm saying? Alfred Hitchcock, he was good, but he was good at making mysteries.
Okay.
No one said to Alfred Hitchcock, you make the same old kind of movies, mysteries, all the time. Somebody always getting killed.
You're right. That's true.
You always got to have a sorry woman. You know?
Mm-hmm.
She always a blonde. And I feel so that's what we doing to Tyler. And I'm saying that's just his judge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to feel that way, but that's where his stories come from. You understand? What is that Peen? What's his name? Peen, the one who make those ghosty movies we like, the one who just made the one that I just saw that I didn't get it.
Jordan
Peen? Peen, I think his name is.
He made the movie Nope. Was it Jordan?
I don't know if his name is.
Peele.
Say it again.
Peele. Yeah, P-E-L-E.
Peels.
Mm-hmm.
Him.
Yes.
What is his movie? Didn't he make Get Out?
Yes, he did.
And what else did he make?
Us. Nope.
But when you look at all those kind of movies, that's the same kind of hauntings. Yeah. That's psychological hauntings. And that's just like somebody saying, all of Peen's movies is haunting, scary, black people, but I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who made that black woman movie, that one we just saw, where the grandmother was a white woman and she's a singer? And they spoke in tongues. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Was it called Deliverance? I don't know what it was. What was the name of that movie?
No, it wasn't called.
I don't remember the name of it. It was on Netflix, I believe it was. And her house was haunted, and then her family got haunted.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
And the daughter was black, but the mother was white. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, The Deliverance.
The Deliverance. Who wrote that?
Let's see. The director was
who was the director?
Daniels.
Another one who made The Butler. You understand? They have their own styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though Tyler Perry is good at what Tyler Perry do.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? That's just his genre. I hope I'm helping someone. If you receive what I'm trying to say, leave a message down below.
Yeah.
Please let me know. Tell me you understand or you don't understand or you don't get it and don't really give a darn. I get it.
Please.
But where I am standing is I started to realize that's the way he sees it. From his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And when he put the movies out, if you just see them for what they are good movies. Especially to do it in a take of 4
days.
4 days?
Mm-hmm.
3 days?
5 days.
5 days? That's
impressive.
Impressive. And we're looking at the movie and we can find little faults.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not making them for that. He's building up his, whatever that's called, his catalog. And his movies are good. And I look forward to them coming on Netflix every couple of months. Tyler Perry got a suspense coming in. Something got to deal with a black. At least he's talking about black people. So I can't identify with that kind of brokenness, especially when, she has a sick baby. I mean, I thought it was over the top. Not only do she have to worry about a sick baby, they can't sleep, they have no air condition, the people upstairs playing the music all loud, and there's rap on top of that, not Mozart. And so you got that jamming, you get out your house, the lady fussing about putting your stuff out in the street, you go out, you go to work, they take your child, Your child, you just got your child from the hospital. They take your child, and now you go to all the things. You go to your job. Your job is unmerciful. Don't want to hear what you got to say. And I understand all of it to a point, but then you get fired, and then you go on, and then a cop come. It's enough. That's not happening in nobody's life like that.
No.
This is all in a day.
All in a day. Span 24 hours.
You lost your daughter?
Lost your daughter.
Who you loved, who's sickly.
Yeah, lost your job.
And not only that, she died.
Yes.
She had to have died that day.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of this happened in a what?
24 hours.
24 hours. So they stole your daughter, who was well or getting over, and she died within 24 hours. If I understand,
Mm-hmm.
She goes to the school, the cop, this, that. That's not normal. That's so over the top. But it wouldn't be a Tyler Perry movie if he didn't take you there.
No. Especially, he always likes to throw in a plot twist, and that was the plot twist.
What was it?
The plot twist was the daughter's death, and it was just like, really, she had went through all of
that to lose your daughter anyway. The moment that they told her daughter was, she should just took the gun and just boom and done it. So exactly. She's damaged.
Yeah, she is. Because that was the one thing that was on her brain, her mind.
That's why she did everything.
Yes.
She did everything for her daughter. Now, the one thing, you going to prison, you done killed the man. No matter how much those people's out there, Tyler Perry would have did good if he would have just had her just shoot and kill herself. That would have been more real to me than her surrendering when she has no hope.
Exactly.
That would have been the beautiful thing. And then you could have did the Tyler Perry thing, shown the people go into a riot. How about that?
Yeah.
And ended it with that.
Yeah, for real.
That, I done rewrote the movie. But to end it while they're cheering her on,
yeah, no.
It was just not, it wasn't, That's not the way a hero will go out. If you loved your daughter, the way it looked to me is like, from the way the ending was, it's like, what a relief, my daughter's gone.
Okay, true. That's how she did kind of come on.
Because she just surrendered.
Right.
But me, I couldn't. I would be devastated. It would be no reason for me to live.
Right. True. I mean, she did literally snap mentally.
Yeah, she did.
But when she came back to reality, she just like surrendered. Like, okay, this is the reality.
I could understand that. But the moment she realized that, she should have just gave it all up.
Yeah.
But not at the fact that when I saw my daughter's dead. That's why I snapped in the first place. Mm-hmm. This was my fear. And now that my fear has come to pass, I done murdered someone, and now I'm back in my right frame of mind. That's my opinion, but but that's Tyler Perry. And if it causes you to provoke you to think, then that's a good thing.
Yes.
He's just doing what he did. That's his movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People like Medea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I feel as though it play on my intelligence. But his movies, I can get into many of them. They have good twists to them. I really do. I like them. If you just look at them for what they are. Yeah. I would like him to make a good horror movie, not Boo, but something really a good scary movie.
Okay.
I would love to see that on a Black level. Mm-hmm. That would be good. But anyway.
Well, that was pretty much it with Tyler Perry, but let's leave it off on something on a little bit more lighter note.
Okay.
Which is the fact that Kendrick Lamar is currently on tour, and he is currently in Toronto, Canada. Mm-hmm. He's doing his tour in Canada, but he started it off in Toronto, which is the same hometown of Drake. Mm-hmm. And fans were eating up the concert. He saved Not Like Us for the end, and there was fans chanting encore, saying one more time.
Really?
For They Not Like Us.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's great for Kendrick Lamar. However, Drake is a bit salty because this is in his his hometown. Well, it is his country. It's in his hometown where he's from. Fans, Canadians are cheering on somebody that dissed him, but that's not what all that triggered Drake. What triggered Drake the most was that a Canadian politician was spotted. People saw this politician, took pictures of him, and posted pictures of him on social media, showing that he was at a Kendrick Lamar concert. And Drake called him goofy. And then he came out and apologized, the politician, for being seen at a Kendrick Lamar concert. This is how ridiculous this is. I apologize for supporting Drake. I was only there for SZA. But he's like, I understand I shouldn't have been there at all.
I get it.
I get it, but this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is...
I get it. I get it all. I get it all. But you know what? I didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar really was, honestly. And he just happened to hit a pulse.
Yes, he did.
Just hit a pulse. That's just how it is. He's been out there for years. What is he, 37 years old? Something so. Like that, 37, 38. He's been out there working the grind.
He has. He honestly has.
Making music, but ain't hitting nothing grand.
Actually, he's getting ready to turn 38. Oh, he just turned 37 today on June
37. 17th. So, you know, a Gemini. A late Gemini.
Yep.
But all at the same time, he just hit a pulse.
He did.
Not just with America, but with the world. Not like us. And if you look at it, that's what we're all saying. You're not like me. You're not like me. You're not like us. You don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't get to sit over here because you're not like us. And maybe when we can fix that.
Yes.
When we are like you, we're all one.
We're all part of the human race.
We're all a part of the human race. And when we can fix that, maybe that's something deep. And I think because he hit that pulse, that's something America needs to hear. And maybe that's just one step to us waking up to the truth and accepting the truth in all races.
Yes.
That we all gone through something. And if we haven't, our ancestors to make America. I guess to make America great again is to understand that we're all one.
Yes.
And that we all have a story to tell. And that everybody came from somewhere with some kind of story. Some stories are more horrific than others.
Yes. And that America was truly supposed to be the land of the free. And you're supposed to have opportunities.
But legally.
Within safety.
It's supposed to be the land of milk and honey. Not of sour wine and rotten roses.
I like that because that's exactly what we get in the non-pleasant side of it.
Yes.
So with that being said, that's pretty much
that's it.
Yep. That's what's going on in the news recently.
We're going to try to do better with it, even if we have just one or two things to say. I really love it. And you all seems that you really appreciate our chit chat. And we just tell you how we see it. Sometimes I'll read a card or two, you know, but I am kind of curious about Israel and who?
Iraq.
Israel and Iraq. I want to just pull a couple of cards. If it's
sorry,
all right
not Iraq. Iran. I said it was Iran.
Iran.
Yes, Israel and Iran.
I want to know: is Israel and Iran? Are they? I'm going to pick out 3 cards for them, and I just want to know: Israel and Iran, the Middle East.
Yes.
And you sure about that?
Yes, I did look it up. It is Israel versus Iran.
Israel versus Iran. And I just want to pull a couple of cards. And I'm going to start doing this too, especially if I'd like right now, I want to know what's going to befall them.
Yes. Because I saw some video footage of missiles being launched.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about it. This feels stuffy to me. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Very earthy.
Very earthy. All right. Now, Baby Cone, you want to give a stab? Or I'm going first. This is Israel versus Iraq. I'll pick another card and you can get that shuffled over. Matter of fact, get 2. I want you to take a card from your deck and also take a card from the Oracle deck.
Okay.
All right. From what I had, this is what I have. I definitely see a community card in the past, but in the present, I have to say I see a country standing with strong backing, with fire backing. And I'm going to say that's Israel, and looking at a barren place, a desert place. You understand? And this is the number 3. But if you see, Israel is not standing alone. It's holding on to power, which is fire. And it's got power on, it's got it's got like, if you look on one side, it's like it's got 2 powers, like the power of the government, but the power of the people. But then on the other side, you got other power that's got them covered outside.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I
So
like that.
it's like Israel is looking out at her enemy, and it's like a desert place. But she doesn't stand alone. She stands bright. She stands strong. She stands clear-headed. But she's only standing that way because she's got that fire with her. That's why. Also, when I look at Israel past, it seems like this is something very, very spiritual, like a simile, like I'm just seeing like a very spiritual simile, or looking at somebody high and elevated in their faith, in their belief, and looking for direction. And the direction they have is look like it's working in their favor. Even though when I look at the future, whether it's going to become a big war. In other words, I see it, this is how I see this. I see this as Israel very, very strong because of who they have as a backing.
Okay. Yes.
I also see here, it's like a priest, a very high priest, somebody who they look up to, somebody who, the powers in them is giving the hand of, we will strike, not if we have to. Like, this is like a spiritual thing. This is not like we're just fighting for, this is spiritual. This is what I'm getting, because that's what that card is. It's a spiritual card. But then when I'm seeing over here in the near future, what I see with Israel and I see with Iraq, I just see it's back, it's financial. You see that green, it's land, it's earthy, it's land, it's back and forwards of surrendering. Do we surrender? Do we take it? Do we what? How are we going to do it? And you can see it's ships, and it's affecting commerce. It's affecting a lot of things that's going on around it, and yep, it's financial. So to me, it's like at a stagnant. Okay. Where someone is about to do something because something's got to change. Gotcha. What do you have for it?
Okay. I pulled out the Empress, another earthly card.
Another earthly, 3 earths. So when we get that, we
4
say
earths, because the Hierophant's also an earth.
Okay. 4 earths. Thank you, baby Crones. So we got 4 earthly. So we know this is over earth. This is over land. This is definitely over land, but it just looked like Israel is ready to strike. And you said you had the Empress over there?
I have the Empress and the Owl, which is all about being wise and having solitary and being able to see clearly. Just as you said, we're in this stagnant period. Somebody knows something needs to be changed. Somebody has taken a pause so that way they can think clearly, rationalize.
But Israel, they will strike. Like they got the go ahead. But just giving it time to marinate. But we don't want that, right?
No, we do not want
So it's like surrender what these weapons or whatever. Surrender or it's just going to be a mess. And we don't want that, right? So anyway, that's what I got. Wow. Wow. And they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready. Israel ready. And but Israel got a strong backing too. So, and the other country, Iran, you said Iran, they strong too.
Yeah.
but they know they wavering.
Yes.
You gotta.
And we sure don't want the U.S. to get involved.
We don't, please, we don't want. But the Iran is wavering. So they got a decision to make. Hopefully they'll make it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. We will be doing this more often. But when I want to know what's going on in something, I don't care what it is, I'm going to read about it. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this kind of stuff, and please,
leave a comment down below.
Comment. If it's got something you want to say about the government that I may have hit or missed or whatever, please leave it down below, But like I said, I didn't do a big reading, just a little reading. Right. These are very not complex, but detail oriented, I should say.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And you got to always be mindful of what you can say and what you can't say.
Yeah, well,
because I ain't trying to get flagged over here.
That's true. Hopefully the summer can look brighter and look better, and we're not so weighed down by the cases and the politics and the reality of what's going on.
There's so much going on around us. We got the Diddy, we have the riots and the marching, and we have the hate for the president. We also have Iran and Israel, and then we had that other country that was starving for food.
We have Gaza.
We got a lot going on.
Yes.
Ooh.
Not to talk about natural disasters or plane crashes, because recently there was an Indian plane crash that just recently happened where out of 200 and I think 46 people, only one survivor made it out alive. So
and not only that, there was this actress. No, she's not an actress. She was from MTV and she died.
Oh, yes, Amanda Lewis.
Amanda, thank you for knowing her name. Amanda Lewis, a very attractive woman.
Yes.
And from way I understand this, she died the way she wanted. She didn't want any treatment. She died whole.
Yes.
And she didn't want her breast removed. She didn't want anything. But I think towards the end of her life, I think that she said she made a mistake in doing that.
I understand.
I may be wrong, but I know I'm not wrong, but just in case, allegedly, she said she did it her way, but she should have been a little bit more wiser, but it was just too late. I guess by the time she said, okay, it was too late.
That's true.
So, but she looked very pretty. And far as I'm concerned, you would have never known she had died of cancer.
That's true.
And they were showing her in her last stages, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, very beautiful girl. So I just wanted to share that. So anyway, that's what's going on in the news around us. So please, if you like this sort of thing, please give us a thumbs up. It is so needed, all right? And if you notice, all of the commentators say give thumbs up, because that's how you get your ratings. That's how you get
our video out there in the algorithm.
Get us out there in the algorithm. And that's how you get paid, one of the ways. But it's a big way. But it's not even about It's about pay, but it's not even about that because it takes more than that too. But it's also about getting yourself out there, getting known. And so the more you press, you view, you're letting the algorithm know you dig us, you like us, and you like what we bring into you. So please hit that thumbs up if you look at least 5 minutes of us and you like us.
Indeed. If you even made it this far, please.
And if you really love us, well, come on and join our family. We love to have you subscribe, right? And share with others our opinions or something we might say. So with that being said, Baby Crones, is there anything you want to say that I didn't say?
No, I think we did cover everything.
Oh, and let me add this. The lady who did our opening for our, what is it?
Oh, yes, our intro.
Our intro, which I love. She did that for us. Please put her information up there if you want her to do something for you. She's very reasonable, the last that I checked. So please talk to her. She's waiting for you. So with that being said, you know what we say? Sunflowers.